Welcome, you guys. There is a lot to see in this video. Just a quick heads up, there's a new, forgive the music, I've had to change it. I really had it right. It was so good. There's a new scam on YouTube. So what they do is they give you non-copyright, but then you're forced to share the monetization with that copyright guy. So this way he has 1,000 people he's sharing one song with. It's a scam. Be careful. This is Brandon's footage. I'm standing next to him. Nothing will bore you. I edit right through this, so I'm not going to drag anything out. I just get right to it over and over through the video. And it's all different stuff and video that you haven't seen yet.
Because of these guys right next to me. So we just walked around like we weren't going to do it, hoping maybe they wouldn't. Covered themselves literally with the clouds. And when he asked me that, I'm like, I've thought the same thing. I don't.
If you're new to this, always find the trident, then look up. It's very easy.
How would I know if they can do that? But you have. Those are the kind of things that you have to leave open.
Cloud so thick you could cut with a butter knife.
You guys, trust me in one thing on this, okay? You have to leave your mind open. It's part of it. They don't want to shock you. They don't like seeing them. They don't want to scare you. Your imagination in this, even at the biggest believer level. Still not even close to what's actually happening here, or you will be denied. You have to, they're afraid that you will be shocked or you will react the wrong way. Trust me on that one. Right? But I live this. This is what they do. They have these focal points that enable them in their magic. And I say magic loosely. I just mean that in our terms because we don't understand it.
It's all by itself.
It's not abracadabra. It's technology. It's advancements. You are common peasants born yesterday. Just kidding.
You know that the original saying for abracadabra was avracadabra? They changed it,
Who's they?
like, way long time ago.
Yeah, but I always wanted to know who they was. Just tell me why. You're telling me that unusual trident freak show right there is leaning up the hill? Seriously. I'm about to lose my mind. Nothing else is different except for that tree. Why? And it's such a discreet, hidden situation that, it just shows you in some situations, we were never meant to see that. I mean, it's not, they might not care.
All right, so losing my initial first video,
Keep
which
in mind,
I have
I'm
never spent
never
more time. It just
standing
worked out, and I'm
anywhere
like doing
by
the
accident.
most intricate editing on it. I was really disappointed, but here's the good news. After having relooked at all this stuff, especially what I was seeing just instantly as I'm making the video, I don't point out the hard stuff. I'm giving you the easy stuff. Remember, it's not supposed to fit within your thinking. So accept what I'm showing you, because this is the truth, and this is how everyone's been fooled since the beginning of time. People way smarter than me, and you know why? They refuse to give up their common sense or their logic. They didn't understand that that's the trick to humanity. That's how we are fooled in everything, okay? All they want you to do is watch your TV and play your games. Never stick your nose into anywhere else. Then they're happy, okay? What this world is, nobody has a clue, okay? It's not what anyone thinks. I see another one right there. There's a whole bunch of little ones right there. Now watch this. Look at this, you guys. It's an amazing thing. It's a baby little alien, which could be 100 years old, but he looks like a baby alien. He's fitting into the right spot. He's laying down. He's got his arms literally like you would, almost, if you were laying, and he's just blending right in. I mean, he blended right in. I looked right in there. I couldn't see him. But I think I could have if I had known. It's one of those things where, and then I'm looking in there and you can just see it goes in and it goes this goes in. It gets really big back there, and then it goes in and it connects to the mound behind me. And then I busted this dude blatantly. Guys, stick with
Look
this.
at
I
him.
would have
That's
put some
one of them.
pictures into the video, but I just wanted to kind of get the
Not
video
using
going.
magic. He's just kind of in the
Things will
darkness.
change. You're gonna see
I don't know
few
if that's a
familiar
part of
things, but
him.
I'm putting in a
What's
lot
right
of
there?
video that
I just
haven't
can't. I don't
before.
know. Looks
And
like twisted
timestamps.
sticks to me, but that does
And
look
it's
like a
interesting.
boot almost. Remember, magic and tricks. Basically, for the layman in this, they have an app for that. This is what I've made up. It's just you just don't understand yet. That's all it is. Okay. They're using, let's put it this way, they might not be more advanced than us, but they're using tech that is more advanced than ours. And our everyone knows about it. So when you fight what I'm telling you, you're only fighting yourself. What I'm saying now and what I'm showing you is 100% fact. I live it, breathe it, and it's my job. So if you're fighting it, you're only fighting yourself. We all just ignore you. You just go away. Like, I'm leaving. It's like, okay, nobody cares. You're the only one missing out, okay?
Did race. That lives just outside our civilization. They are watching him always, giant beings who usually manage to stay out of sight while leaving behind plenty of signs for him to come across in the Colorado forest. And he's not the only one who knows of them. Nearly 50,000 subscribers are interested in Mark's findings. Many of whom are cryptid hunters themselves with their own similar experiences to share. Stories of the same forest monster that Mark himself has video evidence of. But before I show you what this cryptid looks like, let me show you what it's capable of.
Okay, this place is just so unbelievable. I've never seen anywhere like this before.
Mark obviously is not strong enough to bend these trees, but something else is, and when they aren't grabbing the tops of trees and pulling down, then they're usually carefully arranging them in these weird X formations, or stacking trees whole to form primitive fences, presumably to keep Mark from finding something they don't want him to see. Mark is extremely familiar with the backwoods of Colorado. He knows that sometimes trees can fall against each other and form an X, but that rarely happens. And seeing this formation repeat so many times is just not natural.
for people
He
that haven't
believes
seen
he
it,
has
but mostly
developed a
watch
connection with them
timestamp
over the
people, watch
years
his
and knows
circles.
when they are
It's an
near.
amazing thing.
So if there's a
This
whole
guy,
bunch of them
Jones,
over
is
there,
good.
and I'm
I'm
walking,
really impressed with this breakdown
or
because
whatever, there's
years ago,
something over there they don't want me to walk towards.
And when they're close, he instinctively looks
saying
left,
everything perfectly.
barely missing one as they duck behind a tree.
Let's just stop him there, okay? It's not 50,000. I have more than that now, but it's not near that amount that's interested. Most of this goes right over people's heads. Now, I'm just very thankful I'm not one of those people. I'd be embarrassed to have been beaten by the system.
And, forgot what I was saying.
He lets the woods guide him to another strange clearing, an area that looks unlike any other part of the forest he's ever seen. Trees are unnaturally bent, and more tribal structures are in the center, as if someone has broken apart and carefully stacked these trees on their own, again forming signature triangles and an X in the middle. In the distance is another tree pile that he feels is holding secrets of some kind.
There's something so going on right there.
When he gets there, he finds two more signs right across from each other, followed by a third. At the end of the path of matted grass, he finds this assortment of sturdy sticks that he thinks could have been a seat for one of the younger ones. He eventually comes across a cave and gets the feeling of being watched. The cave splits into two smaller paths, and one of them continues to the right. At 4 minutes and 18 seconds, this humanoid shadow shrinks away from his light no less than 2 times. He thinks this is the main chamber and looks for a reason to go further, missing another shadow at 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Mark is looking at every last cave opening and zooms in on some bedding that must have been dragged in by a creature. As he does so, he misses a face that he doesn't see until later. It looks like it could be a rock, but it has 2 white eyes, possibly one of their young hiding from the camera. And outside the cave, he finds more bent trees that I agree have to have been pulled down. There's no reason for them to be growing at this strange angle. Mark returns to the cave next year, only to find a giant footprint in the snow outside. Whatever lives inside this cave has completely rearranged it. The opening where he saw the face is now blocked off, and when he looks inside, I see brief movements from within. Right around where he saw the face last year, he now finds these remains. Could this be the same younger specimen? And if not, then what is it, and what brought it down here? Much of the cave is now rearranged and blocked off in a way that's not a landslide. These stones put up to block the entrance are thin and stacked by hand. This time he finds a larger cavern that goes deep under the mountain. He finds a stick here that was either placed there by him, which I doubt, or brought in by something from outside. While zooming in on the mountain itself, he catches this ape-like figure not far away that appears to have white fur. It's bent at the knee and could be going down the mountain. It has to be easily twice the size of a person to be visible from this great of a distance, and when Mark thinks he hears one from behind, it looks like he could be right.
Whoa. Bet I gotta go.
This is the first time I've really watched his breakdown because I get, it's like self-conscious. I don't want to say it, but man, did he do a great job. Chills. Unbelievable. That's what 99% of it is anyway, but I think enough's enough with the one dumb person that we get once in a while. Like, just let them be dumb. It's these people are so lost in this world. But the I guess the frustrating part for me is they have no idea. It's almost like I just want them to know they're lost. Yeah, I just want to give that little extra push. Like, listen, man, have fun or something. I don't know. I can't help it. Remember, most of the time on my timestamps, I'm 100%. Once in a while, I just want to show you what seems like there's something there. It's not like I'm always boldly claiming it, but there's some interesting timestamps. Remember where I'm standing. You'll never see a video from me that's not standing in the middle of them, unless you remember. Off of there, but I think they did it. See, it's the guys. I asked them how they made structures, and that's where I am. I'm just right up against it, and this is where they've always been. Look at that. Just look at the ground. If you see mulch, it's them, okay? This is where they exist. This is where they're running around. I've got to be a part of it, or I'm going to die. And I need to do it before I die. Okay, I show it to you. Every single place I'm at, a field gold trident. Every single place. Every time I am out, I show you a field gold trident. Wait till you see this. Oh my God, this is good. This is so good. See, they were back. Fire jumpers were in here, or the state. Look, see, this is what they love to do. See how it goes up the tree. You would think like people that cut logs professionally would notice that. Maybe they do. I don't know. I'm not there. Look at this. See, I'm about 300, 400 yards from my bike. And someone came in here and cut these big, look. It's so bizarre. But look, next to it. This is all them right there. They did that. Look, they cut their tree. I mean, what an idiot. I just mean, why would he do that? Lots of ridiculous videos. There's the piece right there. Why would he do this? He didn't. That's two big giant cuts for no reason. I know he didn't lean that stuff. It's too weird. Look at it. It's exactly what we all film. John, Guy, great videos on Energy Overload. Do you want to see videos in the UK? John only posts them for us in Energy Overload on Facebook. And okay, look at the size of the aspen trident. You think that's an accident? So that's natural, right? An aspen trident, that's the only aspen, basically, in the middle of pines is a trident. Don't talk about things you know nothing about. You don't know how they do things. You don't know what their involvement is in the growth of these trees. In fact, you don't know anything. We've been dumbed down for a reason. Look at that one. It's this one, you guys, this X field goals into this giant trident right here. Giant trident. Here's their spot. This is when they seem to care, when I'm around this. You guys see how far this goes? This isn't just a hut. It goes 100 yards that way. Just about. Right past there, you can't see it. It goes left a little bit. And then it goes that way. And then it's connected to the entire forest, which is simply amazing. Why did the birds, now they're just gone. And they kept going this way. They would go and they would stop. And I'd go further, and then they would go, and it was almost like Lassie type thing. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh, this can't be happening. It's the top of it. So is it made so you think a person did it? You have to think like that. They're very, very smart that way. Like, they know exactly what you're going to think. Most within general terms of what a person's going to think. I think they're taught it. That, or they know it because they can get inside your head and understand you very, very well. They might understand you better than you understand you. I don't know that, but maybe. All right, enough's enough. The jays. I know something happened with them and the birds. People, the only catch is that they refused or never thought to think that there was something ahead of them. That's always been the greatest deception, is making us think. That's the trick to it all. They made you think that you're the best. You're the smartest. You're the most sophisticated being alive. And that's how they did it. So now when someone thinks, they only think down. They don't think equal or above. And when I say above, I just mean, yeah, it could be. Or it could, as far as evolution goes, dry swamp. So that makes it, I just feel like that makes it good. That it's not easy to get there. It's divided by water. Look how pretty. You can tell where it's real wet. There's the water right there. And I'm sure anywhere in there is real wet. So anywhere that's all marsh. So it makes me just want to look in there. You better believe they know I'm here. Let's see this. Look at that. That could be them right there. They're like kings. I see them as kings. I really do. It makes a lot of sense. Maybe that'll help you. Look at that. I tell people sometimes, even when you're there, put it into the camera, square it off. Our minds just aren't as precise as we think. Whatever it tells us, we seem to believe it, and it's just never quite. It's not. I've learned through this that it's not. I don't feel like it isn't. We're only meant to see so much. I just want to know why. I think. The reason I think this is because of what I've done, but I feel like the adjustments for people, like however they change us, like that 90% of the brain that's just floating there, please. That 90% of the brain was made and then taken from us. I forgot what my point was going to be. I don't get. See, look at the opening. Little people. This is where the little people come out of. Don't be
surprised if he comes out like smoke. I don't know. The little one I saw looked like a cartoon, and he was jumping up and down, waving his arms at me. And then I went to where he was, and then I filmed this forest. So I can only assume he just wanted me to see his forest. Because I know it might be boring to you guys, but that's my job. Is just to show you their work. That's all they want to show you. They're so proud of their, especially when you're going, oh my God, I love it. It's so pretty, beautiful. You know, you treat them like you would treat one of your kids, in a sense, like, you know, that did a beautiful painting or something, you know. You tell them how beautiful it is, and they love it. We all want affirmation. You guys, the hole, and you're telling me there just happens to be a hole right there. I don't believe it. Look at that. Walk out of this. Where they don't walk in the shade is grass and undisturbed ground. That's all I want people to understand. Wow. I can't believe it. You guys, it's like 85 degrees. Even up here, it's like 80. And and there's snow over there. Look. So I'm up. I'm still about half a mile or so, and I'm seeing
that one tells you where to go.
Something over here. But now I'm starting to get to where, you know, you figure there's hardly ever a human being. No. Uh-oh. Look at that. Oh, I wonder what it was. Someone got snow. Little people. Looks like it might even have just been like a squirrel. I gotta tell you, I've only found once where I thought they messed with the snow. Like, it's something they don't need to do. I don't know why. Oh man, you know what that's like out here, you guys? This is like finding $1 million. Not quite. It's like finding $100. Just like pine, feel all that stuff on top. It gives it flavor. It's like pine flavor, but look how clean inside. That is so good and so bizarre to have in your mouth when it's this sunny and hot and you're in the middle of a forest. To sort of have anything that's water related is crazy. Look at here. Oh, don't tell me I have to keep going.
This one. I remember Carlos breaking this video down like
you know why you have to keep going?
So
because you never know.
This is just at the end of
that's why.
video that was real good.
It's the only reason. What if I turn around here and the biggest secret in the world was right over there? Is it going to happen? Probably not, but what if it was? That's why I can't make a mistake. I mean, I'm always going to have to turn around, but I just got to keep going. So if it doesn't produce anything on the video, sometimes I show you because people tell me to put up the exploring. So yell at them if you get bored. No, don't yell at them. They like my exploring. I'll yell at you for them. Look at that. Look at that spot. It's a trident totem pole. Oh my God. See, they're all back. The big magical guys now are all back far. Really, really far. It's so hard to find them. Look at the meadow back here, you guys. That one I was showing you is way over there. There's another one. And then right here, through that forest, a little bit higher, it's tree line. It's too high for the trees to grow. Because I can read the separation in their language. You can literally read it. It never changes. That's how I know. Can you believe the snow? All right, bye. Because the deeper I go into this forest, right, the better it gets. I've been seeing that over and over and over. The further now I get, I find some places that are shockingly amazing that you don't have to walk too far to, but most of the stuff, so no matter, whether you've driven 20 miles up the hill and there's no one there, you still have to walk from there, like really far to get to where they seem to do interactions and where the stuff is just so blatant. You know, a judge in a court would be like, okay, they're real. Look at this. It's like Squatch Fest 2022 right here, with all of the signs with them telling you they did it. Look at this. Look at how that one's just up in the air like always. It's amazing. Probably a face on it. That dude's got hair. What's up, buddy? And it's not one. I'm just kidding. But don't be surprised if these others are photosynthesis based. Look at this. Everything you see, the whole entire thing somehow isn't touching the ground, which I don't think we could do. If I said, build me that, not touching the ground, I don't think you could do it. You wouldn't even be able to move these things. It's a crazy thing. So the further I go that way, the better. Like up there, I don't know if we'll be able to see it, but like up there looks really good. Let's do it for timestamps. This is how you timestamp a forest like this. They'll always be that far away. If I'm standing right now, that's not true because I've been right next to them. Look at that. Like, what is that? But typically they keep this distance, I think. So no matter what, you have this. I see it. I said this years ago. I see this. I make it up, but I think it's something like that. I see like this perimeter. So as you walk, you have this giant invisible circle around you. Call it energy, call it whatever you want. And as you walk, it pushes. I think even animals can sense it sometimes, beyond just the smell and hearing you. Look how a second one fell there too. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. You guys, they just do it. It just happens. They've done it right in front of me. Because they knew that was, at first, that's all I cared about. I didn't care who they, like, in a sense, like, that's all I'm thinking, like, please let me see you do this. Because there was a time when the structures were, that's all I had to do. That was my only job. Mark, go find us the best Bigfoot world that's ever been filmed. See where they mark it? Look at that. Now I have to go beyond that. I don't know if no one's really pushed me beyond that. I think it's me that pushes me beyond it. Because you know what it is? I wouldn't even push beyond it too much if I wasn't supported. That's what does it. I don't want anyone to, these people, I end up loving them. And I don't want, they used to be. It's coming back now. They abandoned and they moved over. Not abandoned, but they do it on purpose. Because after a while, I think it becomes too blatant. Here's where their seats were, okay? You can still see them, and I'll prove it. By their language. Like so prove it, it's blatant. It's another one of those like crazy like things. Big pile of like stuff. I haven't seen anything. You know what's crazy, guys? Besides wanting to see one by accident, like driving up the road, which I've never happened to me, by the way. That's the crazy part. Never. That's all I do is stare in the bushes. They have that down, okay? Now it happens to people. It's happened to 1 million people, but not me. I can't catch a glimpse of them by accident driving to save my life. And even like, yeah, when I've stopped and I've zoomed really far up into their caves, many, many times I've seen them that way, but never just with my eyes on the side of the road, like ducking. Why not? You'd be surprised. I'll probably get clicks. I could say 8 Thanksgiving dinner with an entire species of aliens, and I'll get 1,000 views because it'll be you guys. I show a picture of a toilet. I can get. If my channel wasn't shadow banned, I'd get 1 million views just because of that. People click on the dumbest things. Like the guy doesn't have to, or girl doesn't have to be good at the video. All you have to do is put some clickbait thumbnail, like a toilet in the woods. And the person doesn't even want to click on it, but they do it anyway because, like, all right, let me just see why the toilet's in the woods. Okay, now I remember. This was beginning of last summer. More people signed. I actually got quite a bit of views from this last little clip I worked on. I just took a little bit from it. But that was my thumbnail, and people just wanted to see this. They didn't care about Bigfoot. They just wanted to see people that left this. This is what people want to see. I mean, I think it's interesting too. But come on, man, the X's.